I'm gonna take a basic round grocery store cake and turn it into a fancy heart-shaped cake. They're everywhere. I don't know when the heart shapes got so trendy, but they've been everywhere for a hot minute. I did one in a roll for cake. It was very cute and fun, but I want a little bit more creative freedom than the dice telling me what to do. So that's what we're gonna do, but starting off with just a cheap $20 grocery store cake. Before we can decorate it the way I wanna decorate it, I've gotta take off all of the icing. We've done a few of these. In fact, if you look at the dates dating back to like our oldest one of these, I think we were the first one to ever do this challenge. And honestly, at the time, I considered it a challenge. It's like, can I take something so cheap and turn it into something so gourmet and fancy? And everyone was like, this is a hack. And everyone started using it as a hack of like expressing their creativity and their art onto cakes, but without having to have the hassle of baking and everything. And I love it. It like took over the internet, and I feel kind of responsible for like setting the internet on fire for a trend.
What do you mean kind of responsible?
I mean, kind of, because like I'm pretty sure that I was the first person to ever do it. But I also feel like the internet's gonna come for me and be like, this person did it first.
But you did it first.
But I did it first. I love that everyone's been doing it and seeing all the creations on the internet. But it's been a while since I've done my own. So here we go.
You went on national TV for that too. And
I did!
Who's that guy from Saved by the Bell? Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez, yes. They invited me on Access Hollywood to come in and do it. I did it at different events and stuff like that. Everyone's like, oh, we have to have you come on TV and decorate an entire cake, starting with the grocery store cake. And like I did. I like walk them through it. So I'm trying to preserve the icing that doesn't have crumbs in it so I can reuse it. So I'm scooping the non-crummy icing over there, and then I'm gonna scrape the rest off here. And I'm honestly like, I could do like a partial scrape, but I wanna scrape it all down. So I am starting with a completely blank canvas that I can have fun with. Also, because we're changing the shape entirely from a round cake to a heart cake, I need the icing gone. And if I'm being honest, I don't really have a plan why there's two here. I was hoping the cake would be bigger in diameter, and it's not, but I feel like it needs to be bigger in height because this is feeling a little stumpy. So I think I'm gonna take a layer off of that and put it on this. But I think I'm also gonna take this layer apart so I can put a more tasty filling in it. Is there 3 layers? There's 3 layers. Sorry, I just didn't think this little short, like that's a short cake for 3 layers. I don't like the custard. I'm not a fan of the grocery store custard. I scooped off all of the custard, but I feel like it's still making the cake a little bit wet and crumbly there. So on every layer, I'm just kind of sealing in the crumbs of the layer and the wetness from like the custard with a little bit more icing. I think that's gonna help when it comes to the next filling so it's not soaking in and then making the cake a mess. Oh, Kevin.
Yes.
Come here.
No, I'm staying on this side of the island.
Come here. Since I know that this is gonna be a heart shape, I know that I'm gonna be losing the cake there once it's layered up. So I don't want the filling to extend past that. Otherwise it's all gonna spill out. And then to border it, I think I'm gonna use this extra icing that was from the top of the cake that's like the white mixed with the color just to lock in the filling. Just want a little border because I don't want the filling to spill out into the crumb coat and cause problems. And then for the filling, I'm thinking I've got this extra caramel I had in the fridge, which is more of a dulce de leche than caramel, which I'm still confused what the difference is in how you make it. I feel like one is made sweetened condensed milk and the other one is just made with like butter and sugar, but they taste so similar in my mind. I also have some, we're just using all the leftover things. I have some chocolate shards, chocolate curls from another video. So I thought they might add a little bit of balance since this is gonna be really sweet. Chocolate can balance it since it's dark chocolate and bitter, and it also add a little bit of a crunch. If I'm taking apart this cake, I might as well level up the flavors. Let's try to put it back together without these layers falling apart. Grocery store cake is so light and delicate and soft, so I don't want it to fall apart in the process. Like, that's how light and delicate and soft it is. I'm trying to push it down. It's just like, nope, I'm gonna rip up onto your fingers. I don't want there to be a lot of filling. I just want there to be a pop of flavor, especially since it's just straight caramel or dulce de leche, however you wanna say. It is gonna be very sweet, so we don't want too much of that. Yes to the chocolate shards. Curls, my brain. hopefully is gonna wake up at some point. I think that height's looking good to me. I don't wanna go too tall because it's not too big of a cake and I don't want the proportions to end up weird, so I think I'm gonna stop there as I'm just gonna really take up all that icing with my fingers. We'll fix it in the crumb coat. I know I shouldn't be nervous because I have a plan, but still cutting a cake is a little nerve-wracking. So we're gonna cut that off and then...
That was your belly.
Not my belly. Set that aside. Let's transfer it. This is where things get a little bit more dicey. We're adding on the icing here, so we're not losing any of the cake. I honestly love this. I mean, I used to make heart cakes and I made them out of, I think, square cakes. So you're using the bottom of the square. Like if you imagine this was square, you use the bottom of the square and then you just like carve this off. But then you're losing so much cake. In theory with this, we're not losing so much cake. That's a little bit of a arts and crafts project. This bag is gonna be very sticky. Don't touch the bag.
I wasn't going to.
Okay. It's splitting apart a little bit. Hopefully we can just cover it all up with icing. And then add this one on. See? Cut and paste art project, and look, we've got a heart. I think I need to carve a little bit more out of here, and hopefully the caramel doesn't come out. The hands got sticky again. In case you didn't know, you can also buy extra icing from the grocery store for $5, which is fantastic for doing anything because it's nice and fluffy.
You used to be able to get it at more grocery stores.
That's the thing. I used to be able to get this icing at every grocery store I went to. They all had it. And then everyone started going in and doing this and getting icing. And then they didn't have enough icing for their own cakes, so they stopped doing it. So now I can only get it at one grocery store. You guys sold out the icing. I'm thinking a fall inspired look. I actually did some random mock-ups because I know I wanted a heart cake and I know I wanted like a pretty but fall color palette, and I'm obsessed with this one. I hope you all agree because I think they're all cute. I also really like this one, but I think I'm gonna go with the lighter, which that feels like the vibe. The biggest thing is gonna be covering up this mess. I wanna make sure I'm like really pushing in to shove that buttercream deep into the crevasse. I just realized when I was mixing this color that it looks so caramelly and that wasn't even purposeful. Like I knew what color I was gonna do the cake. I knew what I wanted to fill the cake with, but I never really associated those two things together, and now it just feels like it's gonna look purposeful even though it's a complete oversight. Happy accidents. Never use my smoother with this kind of icing. That's not bad. Just have to make sure I don't put too much icing in this little V here, that we lose the V. One thing I hate about this icing is how airy it looks. Now this is just the crumb coat, but still, it's so bubbly. Ugh. Can't really crumb coat and chill because this icing doesn't chill, so we're just crumb coat and going.
You have a new companion over there?
I've gained a companion since the crumb coat. Archie was very lonely in the living room and wanted to come. You see my Crocs?
No, oh, I can see your Crocs. I was going to show your skirt though.
It's part of the ensemble.
I don't know if have I seen that skirt before?
No, it's a new skirt.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks good with your shirt.
Thank you. With
You're gonna shout out
with
your
my
shirt?
It's my Skelly shirt. It's my bake with love, but dead inside. Because that's currently me and my mental health. How are you doing? If you're also struggling with life, you can now get our shirt on our shop. I will link it down below, or the I, or somewhere that you can click things. We're really good at YouTube. Do you know this is our 12th year on YouTube? No, yeah. October marks our 12th year on this, but we've been making videos for 12 years. What videos? I don't know. How we filled content and you all came to continue watching it for that long? I don't know.
Thank you for giving us a career.
Yeah, both of us.
We quit our jobs. We used to have like real jobs.
The fact that we could just like wake up and most of the day work in our pajamas while we do computer work is wonderful. We love it here on YouTube, so thank you. Most of the time when we're in a room, we're the oldest channel, and it's very unsettling, especially all of the, like, I call them the YouTube babies that came up like during the pandemic when everyone started making a lot of content. There's so many new YouTube babies, and like, I'm just They're being like, yeah, I'm like a dinosaur. I've been around for all of the changes back in my day when I started uploading.
Yeah, this is like the most stuff that we've done ever, and we're doing it all in 1 year.
All in 1 year. Like, it feels like while we're also going through personal crises, we're doing a bunch of projects and a bunch of really cool, fun stuff.
Oh no, I touched something sticky. What's happening?
I think part of the thing right now is like, I know I'm not gonna get this that smooth. I know I'm not, because it's just full of air bubbles. So we're gonna cover it up with a lot of piping, which is what the design of all these hearts are anyways, is heavily piped.
What's up, Archie? Can I come snuggle with you?
Yeah, he looks mighty cuddly.
I know. That's a good boy.
Are you gonna come back up here?
Yeah, but Archie needs some good scritches. That's a good stuff, isn't it, Archie? Okay, how are you doing up here?
I think it's looking not bad, but it's definitely not smooth. So we mixed our colors, but it's soupy.
You're a little dark.
You want to trade?
You wanted to film, I thought.
It's a little soupy. This is not, I need my hands. You hold it.
What am I doing this one?
Look.
I got sticky. I didn't check if I have icing on my fingers.
It's like soup.
Hold on. Let me just clean my fingers quickly. You're killing me, Laura. I can't even put the stupid thing down now.
Why do you have sticky fingers?
Because I was mixing your icing for like an hour.
Why'd you grab the camera?
Because you handed it to me.
I don't know, that's true.
But there's literally footage.
Okay, so I want to pipe flowers and pumpkins, and this is where I'm at with the icing. This one is a little thicker. This one actually might be pipeable, but as we got like to a bolder color, this is just soup, and it's just not working. So I always have icing in the fridge, so I'm gonna try to bring some icing to room temperature to see if we can do some extra icing just for the piping details without completely making a puddle icing.
What?
I don't know. I'm tired. This is not how I saw today going. Okay, I know I want swags that are gonna be kind of in the middle of the cake-ish. So I'm gonna put a mark every 3 inches. 3. That's why I was such a good carpenter. Kevin got me circle cutters. He thought that this would help me.
Well, you're going to try to freehand it.
I was going to try to freehand it.
It seems like a really tricky thing to freehand and get accurate.
I would not be getting it accurate. Like that. Just going to do little shells. The little circle guy is definitely helping. I think I would have just gone straight down to the bottom of the cake there. I was continuing, I'm like, wait, I'm not going this way. I actually love that these types of like ornate piping is coming back. This is what all of the older wedding cakes used to be. And if you look at like old vintage wedding cakes, they were all like white on white with this kind of piping all around them. Okay, so I'm thinking about following that same line, just kind of lower and going, oh, that's terrible, I don't like that. Let's switch this. Maybe I should take that off. Oh goodness gracious, get off. It's just, I don't like that.
Your fingers?
You would never.
No, I would take the 2 steps to grab a paper towel. Look at this dog. Snoot right in the carpet. Like he sleeps in the most odd ways. Don't stop saying it, you're gonna mess up. You messed it up. Does it feel like you're piping mustard? Of the Dijon variety?
The leaves, I kind of like that. Okay, there's a lot of piping. Let's cut to some B-roll. I'm sorry, what? Did you see the little pumpkins with the little chocolate curl stems? I am obsessed. The little ribbons. I've been seeing these on the internet for so long. I was like, I'm never gonna make one of those. What would I make it for? This just makes my heart happy. This is my favorite. Like my favorite grocery store to like something else cake. I'm genuinely obsessed. I'm curious to see if you think I should have done it in the darker color or the pink or the purple, like one of the other things that I like mocked up. But I think this was the right choice. And now I don't know where to cut it from. I think I have to cut off the ribbon. Let's see if it still tastes completely like a grocery store cake, because this no longer looks like a grocery store cake. Oh my God. Well, it's definitely gonna taste like a grocery store cake because I got no filling. We're gonna dig. I'm gonna make a little crevasse. Essence of a grocery store cake, but elevated. I'm actually a big fan. That's super yummy. And don't forget, you can get this t-shirt down below, designed by our amazing graphic designer, Sarah, and I'm so obsessed with how it came out. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to our members, our new members, our existing members. We appreciate you so much. And if you're not a member and you want to support us, please hit that subscribe button, that like button down below. It really helps us. I love you, and we will see you in the next one.